Welcome, everyone. I'm Ryan Seacrest, and today we're pulling back the curtain on a true pop phenomenon, Katy Perry. She's a firework, a California girl, and the voice behind our teenage dreams. From church choirs to sold-out stadiums, Katy's journey is all about resilience and reinvention. But how did a girl from a strict religious household become a global icon known for candy-coated costumes and chart-topping anthems? We'll trace her steps from her first guitar to her record-breaking albums. Each era brought a new look, a new sound, and a new world for fans to step into. Her path wasn't easy, but she never lost her sparkle. So, let's dive into the highs, the lows, and the unforgettable moments that made Katy Perry a superstar. Get ready. This is Katy Perry's life in 10 minutes, and you won't want to miss a second. Before she became the global pop sensation known as Katy Perry, she was simply Katheryn Elizabeth Hudson, a young girl with big dreams, growing up in the sun-soaked city of Santa Barbara, California. Born in 1984, Katheryn's early life was shaped by the unique culture of her hometown, surrounded by the Pacific Ocean and rolling hills. But her world was much smaller than the city itself, revolving tightly around her family and their faith. Her parents, both devoted Pentecostal pastors, raised her and her siblings in a home where faith was the foundation of everything. Their beliefs guided every aspect of daily life, from what they watched and listened to how they spent their weekends. Secular music was strictly off limits. Instead, the house echoed with gospel hymns and spiritual songs. Even the food reflected their beliefs. Deviled eggs were humorously renamed angeled eggs to keep things pure. Despite the many rules, Katheryn's musical talent was impossible to ignore. Her parents recognized her gift early on and encouraged her to share it with the congregation, allowing her to sing in church from the age of 9. The church became her first stage, a place where she learned to express herself and connect with people through the power of music. Each Sunday, she would stand before the congregation, her voice ringing out with hope and emotion. Recognizing her potential, her parents took a leap of faith and brought her to Nashville, the heart of the music industry, to record her very first gospel album. They believed her voice was a true gift from above, meant to be shared with the world. These early experiences in the studio gave Katheryn invaluable training. She learned about discipline, melody, and the hard work required to turn passion into skill, lessons that would serve her for years to come. Singing in church not only honed her voice, but also taught her the importance of practice, teamwork, and connecting with an audience, skills that would become the backbone of her future career. Though she would eventually leave Santa Barbara to chase her dreams, the values and work ethic she developed there never left her. Those early years shaped her determination, her resilience, and her deep love for music. The discipline, faith, and passion for music that began in her Santa Barbara childhood would become the driving force behind her rise to global stardom, inspiring millions around the world. At just 15 years old, Katheryn Hudson was already chasing a dream that felt bigger than herself. Growing up in a deeply religious household, music was more than just a hobby. It was a calling. Every Sunday she would sing her heart out in church, her powerful voice echoing through the pews, hinting at the star she would one day become. But her journey didn't begin with the pop anthems we know today. Instead, it started in the world of gospel music, where faith and melody intertwine. Driven by her passion, she landed a deal with Red Hill Records, and in 2001, released her debut Christian rock album, simply titled Katy Hudson. The album was a reflection of her upbringing, raw, honest, and filled with hope. Critics praised her soulful voice and heartfelt lyrics, but despite the positive reviews, the album struggled to find an audience. Sales were disappointing, and to make matters worse, her label went bankrupt soon after, leaving her dreams in limbo. Most would have given up, but not Katheryn. At 17, she packed her bags and moved to Los Angeles, determined to reinvent herself and start anew in the city of dreams. She adopted her mother's maiden name, transforming into Katy Perry, a new identity for a new chapter. Life in LA was anything but glamorous. She was signed and dropped by 2 different record labels, recorded an entire album that was never released, and took on backup singing gigs just to pay the bills. The city was tough, and the music industry even tougher. Rejection and disappointment became familiar companions. But through every setback, Katy kept writing, pouring her emotions into her lyrics, and singing late into the night, refusing to let go of her dream. She played in tiny clubs, performed for small crowds, and rehearsed alone, always believing that her moment would come if she just kept going. That unwavering persistence, that spark of hope, was about to pay off in ways she could never have imagined. Katy's journey from gospel roots to pop stardom was anything but easy. It was a path filled with obstacles, heartbreak, and hard-won lessons. But every setback only fueled her determination, making her stronger and more resilient with each challenge she faced. Now, with her eyes set on the future and her heart full of hope, Katy was ready for her breakthrough moment. And that life-changing moment was just around the corner, waiting for her to step into the spotlight. In 2007, Katy Perry signed with Capitol Records, finally finding a team that believed in her vision. Her debut single, I Kissed a Girl, exploded onto the scene in 2008, bold, cheeky, and totally unforgettable. It shot to #1 for 7 weeks, announcing Katy as a new kind of pop star. Playful, provocative, and unapologetic. Her album, One of the Boys, followed, packed with hits like Hot and Cold and Thinking of You. The album's success made Katy a household name. She stood out with her colorful, pin-up-inspired style and quirky sense of humor. Fans loved her relatability. She wasn't a distant diva, but someone real. One of the Boys wasn't just an album, it was a statement. After years of rejection, Katy Perry had finally arrived. She'd earned her seat at the pop table, and she was just getting started. If One of the Boys made Katy a star, it was just the beginning of her meteoric rise. The world was introduced to her quirky style, bold lyrics, and infectious energy, but no one could have predicted just how far she would go. Katy's early performances were electric, hinting at the pop powerhouse she was destined to become. Teenage Dream made her a legend. With its unforgettable cover and instantly recognizable sound, the album marked a turning point not just for Katy, but for pop music itself. Fans eagerly awaited its release, and when it finally dropped, it was clear that something special had arrived. Released in 2010, the album was a pop masterpiece, nostalgic, euphoric, and packed with hits. Every track seemed destined for radio domination, and the album's blend of catchy hooks and heartfelt lyrics resonated with listeners of all ages. It was the soundtrack to countless memories, from summer road trips to late-night parties. Teenage Dream produced 5 #1 singles, tying Michael Jackson's legendary record. Songs like California Girls, Firework, and Last Friday Night didn't just top the charts, they defined an era. Each single became a pop culture event, dominating airwaves and playlists around the world. And Last Friday Night became anthems of a generation. These songs were more than just hits. They were the soundtrack to people's lives, played at every celebration, school dance, and road trip. Katy's music brought people together, creating moments of pure joy and connection. Firework, in particular, inspired millions with its message of self-worth. The song's empowering lyrics encouraged listeners to embrace their individuality and shine bright no matter what. It became an anthem for anyone who ever felt different or needed a boost of confidence. Each single came with a blockbuster music video, candy-coated fantasies, sci-fi epics, and mini-movies that pushed the boundaries of pop visuals. Katy's videos were vibrant, imaginative, and unforgettable, setting new standards for creativity in the industry. Katy's California Dreams tour brought the album's world to life on stage. With dazzling costumes, elaborate sets, and high-energy performances, the tour was a feast for the senses. Fans from around the globe flocked to see her, making it one of the most talked-about tours of the decade. She racked up awards and sold-out shows, ruling the charts in pop culture. From Grammy nominations to MTV awards, Katy's trophy shelf grew as quickly as her fan base. Her red carpet appearances and live performances became must-see moments. This era was a whirlwind of success and creativity. Katy was everywhere, on magazine covers and commercials, and at the center of every major music conversation. Her influence was undeniable, and her work ethic unmatched. Katy Perry wasn't just a pop star, she was the queen of the early 2010s. Her style, sound, and personality set trends and inspired millions. She became a role model for young artists and fans alike, showing that with passion and perseverance, anything is possible. Her influence was everywhere, and her reign was just beginning. From TV interviews to viral internet moments, Katy's presence shaped the pop culture landscape. She was referenced in movies, TV shows, and even Halloween costumes. Teenage Dream wasn't just an album, it was a cultural phenomenon. It inspired fan art, merchandise, and countless covers by aspiring musicians. The album's impact could be felt in every corner of the music world. Katy had officially conquered the pop world. With Teenage Dream, She didn't just break records, she set a new standard for what a pop era could be. Her journey was far from over, but this chapter cemented her place in music history. After Teenage Dream, Katy Perry evolved with Prism in 2013, a more mature, introspective album. Roar became another empowerment anthem, while Dark Horse topped charts worldwide. The Prismatic World Tour dazzled fans with its spectacle and technology. In 2017, Witness marked a shift to electropop and purposeful pop, exploring social and personal themes. Katy even live-streamed her life for 4 days, connecting with fans in new ways. Her 2020 album Smile, created during her pregnancy, celebrated resilience and joy. Songs like Daisies and Smile reflected her growth as an artist and mother. From gospel roots to pop superstardom, Katy's discography is a story of constant reinvention. She's never stopped evolving, always finding new ways to share her light. Katy Perry's journey is one of fearless transformation. Beyond the music, Katy Perry is full of surprises. She's a pun lover. Her cat, Katy Perry, even became a celebrity. Naturally blonde, Katy's ever-changing hair colors reflect her fearless self-expression. She's a dedicated philanthropist, working with UNICEF and championing LGBTQ+ rights. Her humor shines on American Idol and in viral moments like Left Shark at the Super Bowl. Katy's playful, relatable personality makes her a true fan favorite. Katy Perry's impact on pop culture is massive. She brought fun, color, and theatricality back to pop, inspiring a new generation of artists. Her album eras, each with distinct visuals and themes, set a new standard for pop storytelling. Katy's music videos became iconic, blending creativity and scale. Her anthems, Firework, Roar, are modern hymns of empowerment, sung at graduations and celebrations worldwide. She proved you can be both commercially successful and creatively bold. Above all, Katy's authenticity and resilience inspired millions to embrace their uniqueness. She's more than a pop star. She's a cultural icon. Her legacy is one of joy, strength, and unforgettable pop songs. From gospel singer to global icon, Katy Perry's journey is extraordinary. Her story is about dreaming big, persevering, and creating worlds filled with color and heart. Her legacy lives in her record-breaking hits and the lives she's touched. She's inspired us to be fireworks, to roar, and to chase our own teenage dreams. Today, Katy is an icon, businesswoman, TV personality, and mother, still inspiring new generations. Her story isn't over, and whatever comes next will be uniquely Katy. Thanks for joining me on this journey through her amazing life. Until next time, keep reaching for the stars.